And we are live, back again with another one, and this is Premier League Match Week 18 preview. It's the baby preview. We only got 5 games this weekend because the 5 other games have been postponed due to COVID outbreak at the respective clubs. Not all the clubs, but you play somebody who got a COVID outbreak, you can't play them, or else you're going to get a COVID outbreak. So that's what's been going on in terms of the Premier League. Match Week 18, curtailed version, shortened version, but we still got to do what we got to do and talk about each and every one of the 5 matches, give a preview and a prediction. And then let's see what happens for Match Week 19, where we will be halfway through with the season, but there'll be makeup fixtures, and there's always fixtures to be made up every single season. So it's not like it's nothing new, but the circumstances behind it is pretty fresh as of 2020 and 2021. So guys, what we're going to be doing right now is we're going to be recapping Match Week 17, which only had 7 matches, but we got to just talk about those games briefly, look at the table, stats, leaderboards, and things of that nature. So let's just do a quick recap of what happened on the last match day. So Chelsea dropped points to Everton in a 1-1 draw. Liverpool came from behind to beat a struggling Newcastle 3-1. Brighton narrowly lost to Wolves, courtesy of a goal by Romain Saiss. Crystal Palace and Southampton played to a very entertaining 2-2 draw. Arsenal got the better of their London rivals West Ham United. Norwich lost to Aston Villa. They've been struggling big time in the relegation zone. Man City defeated Leeds United 7-0. The other fixtures were postponed. Brentford, Man United, Burnley, Watford, and Leicester versus Tottenham. So we only have 5 games this week, 2 less than we had last week. So let's just take a look at how those games reflect on the table. And in the table, we got City on top with 41 points, just a point above Liverpool, who are chasing very, very well with 40 points. Chelsea dropping off a bit. They do have 37 points. That's now 4 points off the top and 3 points off second. And they can't afford to keep dropping these points, or else that lead could be stretched to 6 points at the top and 5 with Liverpool in second. But there's still a gap remaining between themselves and 4th place Arsenal. And you got West Ham in 5th, Man United in 6th, Tottenham with 3 games in hand in 7th. And they will look to make up ground and possibly end up in the top 4. Wolverhampton Wanderers at 8th. Very impressive so far. Leicester in different form than they showed across the last 2 seasons. But look, this could be a team that could have a late surge, opposite of what they did the last 2 seasons when they had a late dip. So Aston Villa rounds off the top 10, and they do have 22 points. Crystal Palace just outside the top 10 in 11th with 20 points. Brentford also with 20 points in 12th. Brighton with 20 points in 13th. Everton are in 14th with 19. Big point they picked up against Chelsea there. Southampton with a valuable point against, that was who they played. Goddamn, I'm forgetting already, right? But that game was against Crystal Palace. And that was a 2-2 draw. Important point. But Leeds United with 16 points in 16th. Watford just outside the relegation zone with 13 points. Are struggling. With Burnley in the relegation zone, 11 points, only a solitary win this season. Newcastle, 19 to the solitary win with 10 points. And Norwich at the bottom with 10 points. These teams are not yet doomed That's something that we have to remind ourselves of. They may look doomed right now, or we could project that they will be doomed, but in reality, they're still in with a shout, seeing that Watford and Leeds, Southampton to a lesser extent, are not doing too well. So we just take a look at the stats really quick, and you guys would see what's going on in terms of who's scoring the goals and so on and so forth. I just want to briefly run through this. Don't want to go too crazy. Got Solomon, 15 goals, leading the pack. That's 6 goals ahead of Jota in second, Jamie Vardy in ninth. Liverpool do have a few players in that, with Sadio Mane on 7 goals as well. Rafinha of Leeds who have 7, Emmanuel Dennis with 7, Mount Bernardo Silva with 7, and Mikel Antonio with 6. His goals have dried up recently. Trent Alexander-Arnold with an impressive 7 assists, but it is Mo Salah who lead the charts with 9. Paul Pogba, Gabriel Jesus, Emmanuel Dennis, Reece James, Mateo Kovacic, Mikel Antonio, Jared Bowen, and Abdoulaye Doucouré is on the list. João Cancelo leads the passing stat, with Max Aarons being the outfield player with most minutes played, along with Mark Guehi, and I think Declan Rice is also there. Yep, Declan Rice is there. Max Kilman, a revelation this season, along with Tyreek Mitchell, playing a minute less than the aforementioned players. The goalkeepers don't really count when you think about it, but got to give him credit for staying fit. Look, Salah has the most shots at goal, 69 shots, and that's why he has a high output with 15 goals. Mbeumo has hit the woodwork 7 times. Mane has 52 shots. So the African duo at Liverpool are definitely there, with Diego Jota right in third as well. So Liverpool's front three are definitely, they've been peppering the goal this season. Hence the reason why Liverpool are the highest scoring team in the league so far. Bruno Fernandes, most through balls. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Cross King. Very creative player. You got to give him credit. Doing all of this from right back. So you could see some of the stats there. Blocks and tackles, you know, the dirty stuff with James Tarkowski and Craig Dawson, Michael Keane, Harry Maguire, Lewis Dunk. Best tackler in the league so far, Christian Norgard with Matt Cash right behind. Tyreek Mitchell, etc., etc. Romain Saiss, impressive. Most headed clearances, most clearances. He's been very impressive, though. Very impressive. Pontus Janssen has been good. William Troost-Ekong just got a mistake in him, which definitely discredits what he's the good, some of the good things he's done this season. Edison and Alisson leads the goal scoring charts, with Alisson playing lesser games. Tim Krul with the most saves, testament of the horrible defense. And Ilian Melia just behind Jose Sa as well. So there's a few more goal scoring stats and a few other things that we're not really going to get too deep into right now. But it's just good to warm things up. Big up to everybody, man. Adam, bro, thanks. Thanks for coming through. Just thanks for tuning in. You know, I'm going to say it. We are going to lose to Wolves 1-0. We will pick up the pace when the players return. We are in a shit situation. So, Elon Kwesi, hey, Dom, which teams will make your last 8 of the AFCON, and who do you tip aside Algeria and Senegal? I got to say, not talking about AFCON right about now. Sorry, bro. Gotta save that for another video. Let's stick to the script right about now. So, big up to the boy AD, low fat, more fat in the house. How are you doing? Anybody's watching this right now, how are you doing? Make sure you smash the thumbs up button for the live stream. Get into the habit of liking the video as soon as you come through, especially if you're a regular, man. So, big up to everybody in here right about now. I haven't really paid attention to the Arab Cup just because I haven't had time, you know, even for myself. You see what I mean? I just raked the leaves off the lawn for the first time this whole fall and winter. So you could just understand how freaking busy I've been. Cuthbert, how are you doing, bro? Ron, in the house. How are you doing, Ron? Why Chelsea fans throwing in the towel? I know, right? I know. They're only 4 points behind and they're already giving up. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to get things going, man. Get things going. It might not be a very, very long show tonight. You know, if I get, how much time I've done? 10 minutes? If I get this done in an hour, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you know, I'll be happy with that until, you know, take a break and just, you know, keep it moving. So, look, the games that will be postponed this weekend will be the match between Man United and Brighton, Southampton versus Brentford, Watford versus Crystal Palace, West Ham versus Norwich, and Everton versus Leicester. Those teams could look at this as a break. Take a break, take a rest, recoup, regain some strength, and come again. If this breaks your momentum, well, you just have to find a way to preserve that momentum and get it clicking as soon as things get back to proceedings. We also have midweek Carabao Cup fixtures scheduled. I don't know if those will go ahead as planned, but we will know more on those Carabao Cup fixtures maybe by Sunday. I don't want to talk too much about that right now, but we're going to know by Sunday, all right? So these are the games coming up, man. We got Aston Villa versus Burnley and Leeds versus Arsenal tomorrow. And on Sunday, we got Newcastle versus City, Wolves versus Chelsea, and Spurs versus Liverpool. At least we have the title race still going. Okay, and that's a good thing, right? That is a very, very, very good thing. So, big up to everybody watching the live stream right about now. This is your boy Dom coming up all the way from New York City. It's currently 8:41 p.m. local time. The weather outside is not that cold. And we're ready to talk Premier League. Let's do this. Let us do this. Let's start with the first game of the week. And that game is between Aston Villa and Burnley. The Claret and Blue Derby. It's a Claret and Blue Derby. You know what I mean? Like the West Ham Aston Villa or the West Ham Burnley. And Burnley will be hoping that they get a similar result like they did, or better, against West Ham. They did pick up a 0-0 draw against West Ham, while for Aston Villa, they beat Norwich 2-0. What happened the last time these two Claret and Blue teams met? What happened last season, you may ask? Well, Burnley defeated Villa 3-2 at Turf Moor. And over at Villa Park, the game ended in a 0-0 draw. So Burnley do have 2 wins in their last 10 in the Premier League versus Villa. They're in all the way back to 2005. Remember, these teams were back and forth in the championship, so they do not have a rich Premier League history. With only 8 matches played, 2 wins for Villa, 2 wins for Burnley, and 4 games ending in draws. So, look, this one is going to be a difficult one to gauge. Definitely. Burnley got a win recently. Villa got a win recently. There's been a few draws here and there. And back about 6 years ago, Burnley picked up a win. There was a draw, and it was just a little difficult fixture to actually gauge, if you ask me. So, home record here for Villa, 1 loss, 1 win, 2 draws. So, look, players to watch for both teams. For Aston Villa, I'm going to go with John McGinn here. John McGinn, he's not that stylish player that steals the headline, but he has been one of Villa's most important players so far since their return to the Premier League. So you got to give it to John McGinn and the hard work he does in midfield, dirty work, those brilliant balls that he put through to his attacking players, and he has an odd goal in him, man. So give it up to John McGinn, Flying Scotsman. So for Burnley, I have to put Dwight McNeil in the spotlight for the wrong reasons. Player to watch for Burnley, Dwight McNeil, for the wrong reasons. He has not really stepped up his game, and I expected better things from this player, but he has been very fruitless so far this season. And that's the reason, one of the reasons why Burnley are down in the relegation zone, because players are not actually producing. They're not contributing. And with players like Maxwell Cornet, who's been struggling with injury, you would want a Josh Brownhill and Dwight McNeil to step up. And they're doing the complete opposite. So let's keep an eye on him. So for Villa, Ashley Young would be a doubt for this game, while Keenan Davis, Morgan Sanson, and Anwar El Ghazi are confirmed absentees. Leon Bailey, Bertrand Traore, and Marvelous Nakamba, who would be out for about 4 months, are missing. Those are long-term injuries. So for Burnley, Maxwell Cornet missed the West Ham clash. He came off early in the game before that. He's still a doubt. And let's see what happened with him. Dale Stevens is back in training. Ashley Barnes will be out with a thigh injury as well. And guys, we never know who's going to be announced absent on the eve of the game because of coronavirus-related issues or some other niggle or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So these things are subject to change. Just for some quick player insights. Chris Wood is actually on 49 Premier League goals for Burnley, while Matt Lowton is set to make his 150th Premier League appearance for the Clarets. Lowton and Westwood were previously Aston Villa players, while Danny Ings scored 43 goals in 130 appearances for Burnley, and he's now an Aston Villa player. So let me actually see if we have anything here in terms of did you know? Yeah! Can Burnley extend their longest unbeaten run at Villa? Did you know? Burnley have lost just one of their last 7 away league matches against Aston Villa, winning 3 and drawing 3, going down 5-2 in February of 2010. They're unbeaten in their last 3 league visits to Villa Park, their longest undefeated run there in the Premier League era. Villa have only failed to score in only one of their last 14 Premier League home matches and have found the net in each of their last 9 outings at Villa Park since a 0-0 draw with Everton in May. The 8 Premier League encounters between these sides have alternated between a draw, 4, and a win for either Villa 2 or Burnley 2, with the Clarets winning the last meeting in January. Villa have won just one of their last 6 Premier League matches against Burnley, drawing 3 and losing 2. Winning 2-1 at Turf Moor in January of 2010. Andy Madley will be in charge for this game. So, what's my prediction for this one, though? Look, under Steven Gerrard, Aston Villa have looked very, very good. Against the more difficult teams in Liverpool and Man City, they did lose, and they won the 4 other games. And you would expect, according to the form and on merit, that Aston Villa are favorites to win this game against Burnley. I'm pretty sure if you check the win probability, they have a very high win probability of 56% against Burnley, while Burnley only have a 19% win probability with a 25% draw. So, look, we would all fancy Aston Villa to win this game on the strength of how they've been playing, the fact that Jacob Ramsey and Ollie Watkins are in form. Danny Ings, he's fit again, and you never know, he could pick form at any given time. And they've just been playing some very, very quality football, top-notch football. But the thing about Aston Villa is I always tell you guys, they have this mistake in them. In the defense, they have a mistake. Luckily for them, they do have a good goalkeeper in Emi Martinez. But they got to weed out that odd mistake through Ezri Konsa or either Tyrone Mings. They gotta just stop. That got to stop. Douglas Luiz would be a pivotal player in this game, handling the hard work in the midfield along with John McGinn. And I think Burnley would prove themselves to be a very difficult team to break down with Tarkowski and me at the back there. Look, the fact that Burnley actually picked up a 0-0 draw, a clean sheet against West Ham United, who I expected to blow them out the park. I think we could actually see a similar game here where the Clarets go on to frustrate the hell out of Aston Villa. Look, I was leaning towards an Aston Villa win for this game. But I just have a feeling that Burnley, with their grittiness, are going to actually pick up another draw here. And I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. I think both teams would score. It's going to be a scrappy affair. Villa's going to play a very attacking, open kind of football. They'll have most of the ball. But I expect Burnley to be compact and to put up a fight. A lot of dirty stuff, throwing themselves in front of shots and things of that sort. Things of that nature. And Nick Pope has to be a key figure in this game. I'm going for a draw. I have a feeling this one is heading towards a draw. So I'm going to go for 1-1. Let me know your prediction in the chat. For Aston Villa, the next Premier League game is scheduled for Boxing Day on the Sunday Boxing Day against Chelsea. So let's see how they do against Burnley and before they face the Blues, who are losing a bit of steam lately. For Burnley, who are definitely struggling. For Villa, they're 10th, so they're doing much better. Of course, we know that than Burnley. So a draw would just keep things ticking in and, ticking and trickling in for Aston Villa. But for Burnley, it would be a big 3 points if they do manage to pick it up. They do have 2 games in hand. So if they manage to pick up 6 points with those 2 games in hand, or just start winning more games, they could find themselves leaping ahead of Leeds and Watford, right? But it's not going to be easy. They do have Everton next, another struggling unit. And on the 30th of December, they got Manchester United. So, look, they're not games that Burnley won't fancy their chances of winning, but it's going to be very difficult. The odds are always stacked up against a team like Burnley. Would they survive the drop this season, guys? It's just left to be seen. They need a better second half of the season than they did in the first, for sure. And when I say better, it needs to be 3 times as better. Not twice as better, but 3 times as better, where they need a further 30 points if they are to survive. At least 28. So those are my thoughts on the first game this weekend. Let me know yours. What are you guys saying in the chat? Big up to everybody in the house right now. So, look, Princey TV, bro, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. You need to chill. You need to chill. I don't know what you're talking about. If I see in Villa, I've been watching Villa. It's just a prediction. It might not happen. That's just my prediction. If Villa actually go on to win, they win. But it's the same thing as I said. We said that, most of us said that West Ham would knock Burnley out of the park. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. As Karumi said, Burnley, look, them can get something from this game. Yep, they definitely can. They're not an easy team to play against. Unless they play against Man City, of course. You know what I mean? But I think they'll get something from the game. I will. You know what I'm saying? I do think they will get something from the game. So we have Cuthbert is saying 2-0 to Villa. Adnan is saying 1-0 to Villa. We have a 4-0 here from Princey TV talking about I'm salty. Why am I salty? I don't got nothing against Aston Villa to be salty about. Hate comments like this. God damn. Anyways, Palomo, 2-1 to Villa. Also, ladies and gents, FIFA 22 streams might be coming back soon. Haha. We'll talk about that a little later when we got more peeps in the house. But we're just warming things up. Phil Jones, how are you doing? 3-0 Villa. Ramsey masterclass. I see Jacob Ramsey's becoming a lot of people's favorite player nowadays, though. Jacob Ramsey is definitely one for the future, though. And he got a brother named Aaron as well. So keep an eye on this player. Definitely. Caleb Chukwuemeka, one to watch. And these guys have leapfrogged Keenan Davis, if you really think about it, right? Cameron Archer is another good talent to keep an eye on. And you see Aaron Ramsey and Jacob Ramsey. So keep an eye on these guys, man. These guys are definitely talents. And Philogene Bidis, he did get a few opportunities as well. So I think Steven Gerrard would look to blood a few more youngsters as the season progresses as well. It would be nice if they do blood a defender or two. Or maybe a player like Courtney House would get more opportunities than he have gotten last season and this season as well. So that's the first game. We're going to keep it moving, guys. We got a lot to do. Not a whole lot, but we still got a lot. It's still a lot of work. And we will be talking about Leeds United versus the Gunners, Arsenal. So you can see the history between these two teams, 26 matches in total. And, Leeds, Arsenal could have been a more, frequently played Premier League fixture. But, of course, Leeds haven't been in the Premier League for some time. So, game 2 of 5 this weekend. What's the Leeds versus Arsenal? Man City 7, Leeds 0 in their last game, so they definitely need to bounce back from that performance. Arsenal did beat West Ham in the London derby 2-0. But what happened between these two teams last season? Well, the Gunners picked up a 2-0 win in the 4th round of the Carabao Cup the last time these two teams met, and that was actually this season in October. But last season in the league, Arsenal won 4-2, and the previous match finished in a 0-0 draw at Ellen Road. So they did meet on January 6, 2020 in the FA Cup 3rd round, where Arsenal defeated Leeds 1-0. Leeds have not beaten Arsenal in their last 10 games dating all the way back to 2003, which is an alarming stat if you're a Leeds fan. There's 2 draws sprinkled in between, and all the rest are Arsenal wins. The last time Leeds picked up a victory over Arsenal was a 3-2 win in a Premier League fixture back in 2003. And before that, 2001, 2000, 1999. So they were beating Arsenal almost every season. But that's 20 years ago. You know what I mean? That's 20 years ago. But look, Leeds are falling off the pace a bit. I wish I could talk really good things about Leeds, but there's a few good things I could say about Leeds United right about now, to be completely honest, man. Very, very few. Look, for the managers here, Bielsa versus Arteta. Bielsa has faced Arteta 4 times and have not yet picked up a win. 1 draw, 3 L's. Same record against Arsenal. And Arteta's record against Leeds is 3 wins, a draw. Same against Bielsa. So in 26 all-time Premier League games, 8 wins for Leeds, 13 for Arsenal, and 5 games have ended in draws. So we're just keeping it exclusively to the Premier League when it comes to the all-time results. We're not going to get too deeper there. And Mikel Arteta, could actually be the son of Bielsa. He's 27 years junior of Bielsa. So crazy, crazy stuff. But look, players to watch here. Players to watch. For Leeds, of course, usual suspect, Rafinha, their best player, highest goal scorer this season with 7 goals. And for Arsenal, I'm going to go with Bukayo Saka. He doesn't have as many goals as Emil Smith-Rowe, but I think Saka is the one that makes everything tick, though. He's a goal threat, and his work down the wings and his creative work and everything has been absolutely brilliant for Arsenal this season. Other players that we have to keep an eye on, Gabriel Martinelli, he went off injured the last game, so he might actually be a doubt for this one. And we got to keep Emil Smith-Rowe in mind, and also Martin Odegaard. So definitely keep an eye on these players. So look, in terms of players availability, Leeds Junior Firpo will be suspended. Dan James and Jamie Shackleton are the newest, out with injuries, while Robin Koch is available again. I don't know if he's going to make much of a difference because he's been terrible since he joined Leeds from the Bundesliga. But, pardon me, I'm skipping around there. Patrick Bamford. Bamford. He's been out for most of the season. Came back, scored a goal to pick up a draw against Brentford there. And he injured himself while celebrating, and he'll be out until next year, which is nuts. What a setback, right? What a setback. Calvin Phillips is out until the new year. Pascal Strike is out with an injury as well. And Rodrigo, the Spanish international, is out. So for Arsenal, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who was recently stripped of his captaincy, he's unavailable again. Disciplinary reasons. I think he's probably gotten a 5-match ban or something. I don't even know. But let's see how many more games he's out absent. And with all this roar around Aubameyang, I think I'm going to make the call and say this would actually, even though he recently signed a new contract and everything, this would be his last season as an Arsenal player. I'm predicting that. I have a feeling a team like PSG may actually go in for him next summer. Just a sneaky feeling. Or maybe a team like Juventus. Or you never know. You never know. You never know who's going to go in for him, but I think he's going to leave Arsenal, though. He might end up playing for Newcastle United. You know what I'm saying? You never know. You never know. You never ever know. But Gabriel Martinelli is definitely a doubt for this one. Bert Leno has been struggling with a groin injury. Sead Kolasinac with an ankle injury. And players like Callum Chambers, Pablo Mari, and Cedric Suarez wasn't in the squad for the last game against West Ham United. So, yep. Did you know, man? Did you know? Before I give this did you know section, I have to actually drink some water. I'm killing my voice here, man. Leeds United are unbeaten in their last 5 home league matches, winning 2 and drawing 3. Having picked up just 1 point from their first 3 at Ellen Road this season, drawing 1 and losing 2. Arsenal are unbeaten in their last 6 away matches against Leeds in all competition, winning 4 and drawing 2, since a 1-0 defeat in November of 2000. That's 21 years ago, guys. Meanwhile, the Gunners haven't conceded more than once in any of their last 13 trips to Ellen Road since a 2-1 loss exactly 28 years ago, December 18th, 1993. Arsenal have won 10 of the last 13 away league matches against Yorkshire sides, with both defeats in that run coming against Sheffield United. It's more victories than the Gunners have managed in their previous 49 visits to the county, winning 9, drawing 17 and losing 23. Andre Mariner will be in charge of this game. So, look, now we talk about the insights. Let's just talk about the prediction here. What's my prediction for this game? Look, Leeds have been really ravaged by injury. We're looking at the roster here for Leeds United, right? Ilian Melier will be available. You got to give him credit for staying fit. Luke Ayling is back, but Junior Firpo is out. Cock is back. Liam Cooper is out. This Lawrence Debak guy, he's not going to play. Diego Llorente, he has been featuring. Pascal Strike is out. This youngster won't feature. Charlie Cresswell has been getting a lot of game time lately, but I think he's out as well. I'm pretty sure the last time I checked, Charlie Cresswell didn't feature in the last game, right, against City. And I doubt he was on the bench. Let me just double check to see if Cresswell was on the bench, because he's been getting some game time lately. So he was actually on the bench. So he's one of the fit players that could slot in at the back there. Cody Drame, a youngster, talented youngster, could actually feature as well. We go in the midfield. Forshaw. He's had a good season after coming back from injury, long-term injury. But he is no Calvin Phillips, right? So Dallas always there and about. Dan James is out. Harrison hasn't been informed. Phillips, he's out. Somerville and McKinstry and these guys are not getting the opportunity. Lewis Bates and, Click has had an indifferent season. It's just been I'm going through the names there just to let you know how depleted this team is right about now. Very depleted. It would take a wholehearted and a big effort from Leeds United to topple an Arsenal team who's in form against inferior oppositions. And I'm calling them teams like Leeds inferior, seeing that they're way down towards the bottom of the league. And Arsenal, if you check their record this season against those teams, with the exception of the August record, they've done well. And I didn't see anything from Leeds against Man City. They were totally bullied and beaten off the park 7-0. It's going to take a big effort for them to bounce back from that demoralizing defeat. Could they do it? If they are to do it, Arsenal are the perfect team to do it against, right? Because we know that Arsenal could have a great game and then they could go and they could have a game you're saying, what the hell is going on here, right? You see what I mean? So for Arsenal, what they need to have is more consistency. They need to just weed out that, that part of their game where they win one, lose one, win one, lose. You see what I mean? And every player have to take account for their performances, and they got to always give 100%. And who knows? You might definitely see Arsenal stay in the top four and get Champions League football again. But look, from the way Arsenal have been playing, Odegaard, Saka, Smith Rowe, even a Lacazette have been very creative, and these guys have been, producing the goods for Arsenal. Aaron Ramsdale in the goal have been very, very good. It's going to take a lot to beat him. Gabriel and Ben White has had a good partnership. Tomiyasu, resolute. Kieran Tierney, he has been solid. With Xhaka back in the fold and Thomas Partey. I don't see, look, man for man, I don't see how this Leeds United team could beat Arsenal unless they have a nothing performance, on the day. I really can't see it. I'm Stevie Wonder to that right now. Ray Charles to that right about now. I don't see it, man. I really don't see it. So I'm going to go for Arsenal to win the game 3-1. 3-1. 3-1. Karumi, if you're still in here, bro, I was actually thinking about this. I was thinking about this blind Jamaican singer. I can't remember his name, man. Damn, I think his name is is it Frankie something? Frankie something. I can't remember his name, man. But big up to Chase Athletics in the house. How are you doing? How are you? Big up to Fox Williams in the house, man. Nice to see you in here. Who else we got? Adnan in the house as well. Big up to Adam the Great. You still in here, bro? God damn. Arsenal are beginning to be proper London club in terms of the London clubs on form. They are the best now. 3-1 to Arsenal. Leeds love to score against London clubs, but only one goal for them. So, look, in terms of the next fixtures for these teams, for Leeds United, their next game will be against Liverpool. Then they got Aston Villa. So it's not getting easier for them whatsoever. And they're currently in 16th place. For Arsenal in 4th, can't believe I'm saying this, but they have a game coming up scheduled in the EFL Cup against Sunderland. Let's see if that goes ahead. And then they have Norwich City and Wolves to round off the 2021. So, look, some winnable games coming up for them. I think the Wolves game would be very, very tricky. But I think they should go on to win against Leeds, Sunderland, and against Norwich to round off pretty solid 2021, if you ask me. Wolves game, very, very tough. So what are you guys saying in the chat right about now? We're 38 minutes in, and we're done with 2 matches. We do have 3 more to go. So what we got in here, man? What we got in here? Talk to me, guys. Talk to me. Like the video if you haven't yet done so, guys. Let's get the stream up to 25 likes. Adam is asking for Thriller. Yeah, I haven't seen Thriller. Thriller has been a bit, MIA lately. But it's all good. Big up to the boy Julian in the house. How are you doing? Mustafa Mujic. Big up to you, Mustafa. Low Fat is saying 2-0 to Arsenal. Cuthbert 2-1. Arsenal should sign Vlahovic. But the thing is, I heard that Vlahovic do not want to sign with Arsenal. Adnan, Arsenal should sell Obama and buy a young, hungry striker in the summer. Facts. Facts. This we got here, man, in terms of comments. Yeah, Paloma, bro. Princey, I don't know who this guy is, but gotta chill, man. I don't know, man. We always get big up to the boy Graham Copeland in the house who's saying domestic rich. Do you get my messages last week? My son died 18 and my miss died at 41 years old. My Christmas, only no family. Of now, I'm very alone. Sorry to hear that, bro. Very, very, very sorry to hear that. But I didn't get any messages, man. Where did you message me? Where did you message me? I didn't get any messages, though. And I'm now seeing this message 20 minutes later. So, damn. That is sad. That is very sad. Death is always very sad. Very, very sad. Very, extremely. Saddest thing ever. Big up to the boy Lennon Sweet in the house. Dominic Man City signed Dusan Vlahovic. Well, I won't be surprised if that happened, but I haven't seen anything about that right about now. And, you know, are you saying they should? Are you saying they should sign Dusan Vlahovic? So let me just do a quick search of Vlahovic and see what's in the news in terms of him. All right. Newcastle out to snatch up Dusan Vlahovic under the noses of Premier League clubs. Okay. Dusan Vlahovic won't be a cheap option for Bayern Munich. Chelsea want Lautaro Martinez. Newcastle make £85 million Vlahovic transfer bid. Wow. Whoa. So seems like in the news they're saying it's Newcastle, right? Are the winner in the Vlahovic transfer race with Arsenal, Tottenham both named. Okay. Dusan Vlahovic prepare €100 million bid for Vlahovic. Wow. Okay. So it could be Newcastle. I gotta start doing the transfer news, you know. Definitely gotta do the transfer news, but it's so hard, man. It is so hard, I'm telling you, man. Because I did put together a few transfer news, like a few articles, and I wanted to do the transfer thing. I think I wanted to do it maybe on sometime in the week. I never got to do it, man. I really never got to. It's difficult. It is difficult. So, yeah, man. Let us continue. Let's definitely continue here. We got 3 more games to talk about. Guys, if you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do so. Definitely. And as Paloma was saying at the beginning of the video, guys, I actually picked up this today. I got me a PS5 today. PS5. I didn't buy it from the store. I actually bought it from someone. This girl that I knew, I used to work with, she said she's selling PS5s. I hit her up. I said, how much? It was way over the retail price. But I just got to have it, man. Because for the gaming channel, right, Dominic Rich Gaming, I haven't uploaded since about September. And I didn't want to upload FIFA 21 content. And I didn't want to buy FIFA 22 without buying a PS5. Because I didn't want to buy the PS5 for the FIFA 22 for PS4. And then get a PS5 and had to buy it again. So I was like, nah. So look, I don't know where they got it from, bro. But as long as it's legit, it's sealed, and everything's good. You see what I'm saying? I have it right over there. I plan to actually set it up as soon as I'm done with this live stream. I wanted to do like a whole video. Yeah, Frankie Paul, bro. Frankie Paul. That's who I'm talking about. Yeah, you know what it is. Frankie Paul. Just like Frankie Paul, I cannot see. I definitely can't see. You know, not a lot of people are going to use a Frankie Paul reference, you know what I mean? Not a lot of people know who Frankie Paul is anyways. So, Xbox is the machine and Game Pass, Microsoft rule. I don't know about that one, you know. I just prefer the idea of just having a PS5, man. You see what I mean? It's very exclusive. Very, very exclusive. So, guys, we're gonna keep it moving. Definitely gonna keep it moving. And let's go. Let us go. You know what I'm saying? Let us go. And I also have to say thank you to my wife because she actually helped me to buy this PS5 as well. So big thanks to the wife, man. Love you, baby. Love you. So the next game that we're going to talk about is the match between Wolverhampton Wanderers and Chelsea FC. 14 total matches played between these two teams, but let's talk about what happened the last time they played and the last meeting between each other. So for Wolverhampton Wanderers, they did narrowly defeat Brighton and Hove Albion 1-0, while Chelsea, even though they dominated the match against Everton, they dropped 2 points and picked up a 1-1 draw. Very, 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 very poor form by Chelsea lately. And the fans are throwing in the towel already. Why? You're only 4 points behind the top. You know what I'm saying? Don't throw in the towel. Have a little faith. Have a little faith in the team. Have a little faith in Mr. Champions League winner Thomas Tuchel. You see what I'm saying? Don't give up so early. Don't put up the white flag. Come on. Show some fight. Show some guts. Show some belly, for God's sake. Come on. Come on, Chelsea. Come on. So, look, the last time these two teams met, what happened? It was a 0-0 draw, and Wolves actually picked up a 2-1 win over Chelsea last season. So, last season, Wolves went unbeaten against Chelsea. But the previous season, Chelsea did do the double over Wolves. And then the previous season, Wolves picked up a 2-1 win and a 1-1 draw. So, since Wolves' return to the Premier League, they've played 6 matches against Chelsea, only losing twice. So it's pretty much the same core of players at the Wolves team when you really think about it. Same Portuguese team, same exact Portuguese team, just the manager changed, Portuguese manager as well, and, you know, pretty much the same team, man. Pretty much the same unit, if you ask me. So Chelsea fans, don't go into, you know, starting to be pessimistic already. You know, I don't want you to show all this despair. Be hopeful and be optimistic about the fixture. Okay? Please, I beg you. I beg you. All is not lost. All-time Premier League results: 14 matches, 3 wins for Wolves, 9 wins for Chelsea, and 2 draws. 2 of those wins have definitely came in the last decade. You got to go back further for the other one. This will be the first ever meeting between Bruno Lage and Thomas Tuchel. And Thomas Tuchel's only game against Wolves ended in a 0-0 draw. So, first time Bruno Lage is manages against Chelsea as well. So, look, players to watch for both teams. For Wolves, I'm going to go for Jose Sa, because if we learn anything about the last game against Everton, it was actually goalkeeper Jordan Pickford who earned Everton that very valuable point, because not like if Chelsea, you know, people are acting as if Chelsea didn't play badly, you know. Chelsea didn't play badly. I could talk all I want about Chelsea dropping points and whatnot and this bomb and whatever. You could come up with all kinds of reasons to why Chelsea are dropping points, right? But they didn't play badly. Let's all remember that. They did not play badly. But the thing about Chelsea, the thing is, when they find themselves in the hole, in the game, they can't climb out of that hole. And that's the problem with Chelsea. It's not that they're playing bad football, but they just can't get themselves out of a hole, which means that they're lacking a plan B, an alternate game plan. And that's just what I think. They need to find a way. For example, when they go behind, they come back, or when they have the lead, not to give up the lead. You see what I'm saying? And that has been Chelsea's struggle. And with this whole COVID situation, it's making it even worse. It's making it even worse, man. But many a times I see Chelsea in a game, they go behind or the team go level with them, and Thomas Tuchel just respond in the most, let's say, predictable way. He just want to throw the kitchen sink at it, like just start throwing attacking players at it. That's what he does. That is exactly what he does. You see what I mean? It's just that in the game against Everton, he had thrown the attacking players already. He had made the changes already to get the goal, and then when Everton equalized, he didn't have any trump cards to play. So that's just the thing with Chelsea for me. You see what I mean? But I did went on a little rant there. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I'm getting kind of passionate with Chelsea these days. I don't know why, man. It's because they beat us in the Champions League, maybe. But Wolves' player to watch, Jose Sa. He's going to be busy on the day. And Wolves have actually kept 4 clean sheets in their last 6 matches, which is very, very important to note. With those games that they didn't keep a clean sheet, being the Liverpool and the City games, right? Where they only conceded once. So they've been very, very resolute in defense, and Jose Sa definitely comes to mind when you think about how good they have been. For Chelsea, player to watch, Mason Mount. Mason Mount has been the man providing the goods for Chelsea lately, whether he's picking up an assist, but he's been very, very good in front of goal. The other players has to be more consistent. That's the problem with Chelsea as well. You have a lot of different goal scorers, but not many of the players are actually scoring on a consistent basis. Okay? And we'll get into more. But for Wolves, Hwang Hee-chan and Ryan Aït-Nouri are definitely doubts for this game, as they were injured. Hwang Hee-chan in the last game and Aït-Nouri in the previous one. Yosen Mosquera and Fabio Silva picked up the COVID virus, so they'll be out. Raul Jimenez will be available again, but Pedro Neto, Oscar Bird, Bruno Jadao, and Gianni Otto are all out and have been out on a long-term basis. But I must note that these players could pop up when you least expect them. For sure. So, for Chelsea FC, Jorginho and Loftus-Cheek are doubtful, while Lukaku, Timo Werner, and Callum Hudson-Odoi were withdrawn from the Everton game because of coronavirus, and they are now isolating, which means that they will miss this game. Or, who knows, they might be available. They may be available. That's the thing I don't get. They may be available. Because sometimes when we get the news, the players probably were tested positive maybe Monday, Tuesday. They isolate, they get a negative test, and they're good again. So let's see how that one works out, though. But I think those players might actually miss the game again. The thing about this whole coronavirus thing, right, and players getting the coronavirus, I think players have been a bit too loose and maybe a bit too irresponsible, if you ask me. Because tell me why on Twitter I ran across a picture of Lukaku just outside, chilling, like he went to a bar or something. And I'm like, what is going on here? Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. How is this going on? What is this? Like, what is this? This is December 13th, and today is the 17th, right? 4 days ago, Lukaku having a beer in the Chelsea pensioner. Like, you telling me you're just out and about, no mask, people around. Of course you're going to get the coronavirus. Like, come on. So this is like, come on. What are players doing? For real. What's going on here? What is going on here? We all know what's going on. Players got to be more responsible. Definitely players got to be more responsible. I'm not saying you can't go out, but come on. Wear a mask. Protect yourself. protect yourself. You see what I mean? But nobody's wearing masks. You see exactly what I'm talking about. You see exactly what I'm talking about. So we're just gonna go back from there and continue talking about the game that we were actually on there. And yeah. So with Lukaku, Vernon, Hudson-Odoi also doubts with the coronavirus. Kovacic and Ben Chilwell will also miss the game, most likely. I came up with a possible 11 for Chelsea. And I think it'll be Havertz, who's now fit again, Mount, and Pulisic. Or it could be Ziyech. But these guys are not consistent. Pulisic, Ziyech, not consistent enough. Even a Havertz to a lesser extent. I think N'Golo Kante will start this game. Chelsea needs Kante very, very badly in the midfield. I think that's been a missing piece. Even though Jorginho is under injury doubt, I think he might actually start. Reece James, Alonso on the wings, Rudiger, Chalobah, and Azpilicueta at the back. I think they'll give Thiago Silva a break, seeing that he's up there in age and he has struggled with injury over the last, few weeks. So Mendy in goal. So that's the lineup I think Chelsea would actually feel here. So let's just check out the Did You Know section. Mason Mount has scored in each of his last 4 Premier League matches for Chelsea. It's talking about him. The last player to score 5 in a row in the competition for the Blues was Frank Lampard between April and August of 2010. Wolverhampton Wanderers' last 6 Premier League matches have seen just 4 goals scored, 2 1-0 wins and 2 1-0 defeats, and 2 0-0 draws. It's the fewest goals scored across a 6-match spell by any team in the competition since Wigan in January-February of 2009, also 4, with Wigan's game after this being a 2-1 defeat to Chelsea. So look out, Wolves, look out. Chelsea have conceded at least once in each of their last 5 Premier League matches, which is very weird seeing that since Thomas Tuchel came in, they have had one of the best defense. It's their longest run without a clean sheet under Thomas Tuchel and their longest overall run in the competition since February of 2020, 6 matches under Frank Lampard, who was sacked later on, of course. We know this. So Reece James has provided 5 Premier League assists for Chelsea this season in 13 matches. That is 1 more than he had in his previous 2 campaigns combined, 4 assists in 56 appearances. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant by Reece James. Which brings us to the part where I let you guys know my prediction for this game. So Wolverhampton Wanderers will host. They've been good. We hear the stats. We hear how good they've been and how resolute they've been in defense. One of the best defenses in the league, guys. By far. And you know, it's a surprising stat for me because it's just a kind of stat that creep up and you're like, whoa, Wolves have only conceded 14? Yeah. They've conceded less than Tottenham, less than United, West Ham, Arsenal as well. With only Chelsea, City, and Liverpool having a better defense than Wolverhampton Wanderers, which is brilliant. But the problem for Wolves is that they do not score enough goals. But if we learn anything from their last game, they could make use of very adventurous defenders like a Kilman, a Cody, or a Roman Saiz who scored a winner in the last game. Raul Jimenez will be back, but he needs a service. I think what Wolves are missing is that creative player in the middle of the field. I don't think Moutinho and Neves is creative enough. They haven't been creative enough this season. If they were in the past, they haven't been this season. And that's what they're missing. I think Bruno Lage need to work that out, even if they have to bring somebody in on loan with an option to buy in the summer or whatever. Another Portuguese player, maybe a player like, what's that guy from Porto called again, man? He's not really been in favor at Porto. What's his name? I can't remember his name right now, but he had that wicked season in the Champions League. Goddamn. I hate when I want the names, I can't get the names, though. But, I hate it. Sergio Oliveira. Yeah, Sergio Oliveira. A player like Sergio Oliveira could come in and maybe, change Wolves' fortunes in front of goal by providing the balls that they need to convert. Jimenez have been starved. Huang has been starved. Trincao, I don't think he has done enough. And Adama Traore just can't score. You know what I mean? And haven't been assisting either. They are more counter-attacking type of team. But I think if they do play a game where they have most of the possession, a player like Sergio Oliveira could help them. But they play most of the games without the ball and are very happy to do so as well. And I think against a team like Chelsea, that's going to be a similar situation, which means that they'll be compact and they're going to be very, very difficult to break down. So for Chelsea, though, N'Golo Kante, he's a key man, and his absence has definitely been felt in terms of the results. Kante back in this team could prove to be very advantageous for Chelsea, where he's going to win the balls back in midfield while Wolves are on the transition and just catch them on the break, getting behind to score. And that's the danger of a player like N'Golo Kante. Always running around the field, winning balls back, breaking, scoring. But with Kante not being as fit as he used to be, it's still a concern as well. I think he'll still be effective, but it's how long could he be effective for? Is he going to be effective in this game and then the next game he's out? So Chelsea got to be very careful with N'Golo Kante again. You know what I mean? It's a very worrying form for Chelsea fans. They haven't been defending as well as they used to. And I think that's the problem. In attack, they've been doing everything. You got to blame Jordan Pickford for the last the shutout there. Definitely. But in defense, they haven't been doing enough. And that was a hallmark of the team under Tuchel, right? Excuse me there. But you can see 3 against Zenit, 3 against West Ham. You can see 2 against Leeds. Come on. That's where the problem is. It's in the defense. They need to sort that out. They need to sort that out big time. And they need to weed out the mistakes that Jorginho in the midfield, Saul haven't done enough. You see what I mean? Look, Chelsea, I don't see nothing else but a 1-1 draw in this game against Wolves. Oh! 1-1. That's my prediction. That's my prediction. And I think with that prediction, it's a solid one in my opinion. If there's any team that would win this game, I'm still going to go for Chelsea. But I think the game is going to end in a draw here. I think Wolves are going to frustrate the hell out of Chelsea. Another draw. Which means they could potentially fall 6 points behind Man City, 5 points behind Liverpool. And as the weeks progress, they could continue to slip out of the title race. And we might just see a 2-horse race between Liverpool and City. So 1-1 draw is my prediction. Let's see what happens come this Sunday. So Chelsea, who are 3rd right now in the league, will play Brentford in the quarterfinal of the EFL Cup. Aston Villa on Boxing Day. Brighton to round off the end of the year. So for Wolves, who are in 8th, their next game will be against Watford on Boxing Day. And then they have Arsenal on the 28th. Some tough matches coming up for Wolves, but they have shown that they got what it takes to tough it out. What's your prediction? Let me know in the chat. Big up to everybody in the house right about now, man. So we have all around saying and Podence as a cam is perfect for a back 4. But the thing though, he haven't been playing Podence as a cam. Podence has been playing either as a false 9 or as a winger. You see what I mean? And I don't even know if Podence got the physicality to hold up in the midfield as well. He's really small. You know what I mean? So what we got here? Talk to me, guys. Talk to me. Adam is saying we are missing Chilwell, Kovacic, Lukaku, possibly Jorginho, and Kante will be rested for this game. We don't like to rush him. Yeah. So what else we got here, man? What else we got here? Let me see. Big up to everybody in the chat. What else we got here? So, let me see. Adam is saying that we are losing 1-0. Sent a super chat and it has gone through, but it didn't show up in the super chat. All right, so let me see what's going on here. Yeah, I didn't see anything come through though. But let me see if I find it though. Let me see if I do find it. I can't find it in the back end, so let me see what you said. All right, bear with me. Let me see. All right, so yeah, Adam, that didn't come through, bro. That one didn't come through. That super chat didn't come through, so yeah. You gotta try again. You gotta try again, though. Yeah. Alright, guys, make sure you smash the thumbs up button for the video. We'll definitely appreciate that. Let's get the thing up. We got 39 people in here. Let's get the likes up. If everybody in here, you haven't liked the video, make sure you like it. Alright? Like up the thing. Like it up. Like it up. Alright. Guys, remember, whenever you like the video, it gives YouTube the indication to send it out to potential viewers. So get into the habit of liking the videos. Alright? So that's 3 games down in an hour. We got 2 more to go, and let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. So the next game that we're going to talk about is the match between Newcastle and Manchester City. Some probably calling it right now the oil derby, right? The oil derby. Saudi Arabia versus the UAE. So let's check the stats section right there, and then we'll get into this one. So, 2 of the richest clubs in the league meet each other, and it's definitely a mismatch. Relegation team versus top of the table team. So, Liverpool 3, Newcastle 1 in their last game. Man City 7, Leeds United 0 in their last. What happened the last time these 2 teams met? And if you're watching this and you don't know, Man City is my team. Most of you guys should know that. But last season, City did the double over Newcastle. A thrilling 4-3 win on match day 36. And a 2-0 win at the Etihad early on in the season. Newcastle, however, recently picked up a very, very good win. I could recall back in 2019, 2-1. And Salomon Rondon, who now plays for Everton, and Matt Ritchie scored a penalty goal. And they recently got a draw where I could definitely recall a John Joe Shelby screamer in that one. Definitely. Yep. So there were actually 2 screamers in that game. I think Jetro Willems, that was a good goal he scored. He was on loan. German Dutch player on loan who was at a German club back then. And John Joe Shelby with a brilliant goal. Brilliant. So Shelby scored in the 88th minute. It was a freaking heart-wrenching draw if you ask me though. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. So good stuff. Newcastle do have some positive results against City in their last 10. Dating back to 2016 with 2 draws and a win. But all the other games they have lost, including a quarterfinal FA Cup back in 2020. So, look, all-time Premier League results, 42 matches, 26 wins for City, 8 for Newcastle, and 8 draws. So, it's pretty one-sided, this fixture. And recently, it has been even more one-sided. Pep Guardiola versus Newcastle, 7 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss. Against Eddie Howe, 8 matches, 8 wins. And that's Eddie Howe's Bournemouth. Eddie Howe versus Pep, 8 matches, 8 L's. Eddie Howe, total versus City, 10 matches, 10 losses. This is not a very encouraging stat at all. Not at all. Not at all, if you ask me. And Newcastle fans, I think they probably in a very depressed state right now. Their mental well-being can't be the best right now. It's like you go from a low to a high, from the takeover to back to a low, where every picture of, what's the lady name, Amanda Stavely, and that Saudi guy looks so horrible. Like they just look like they being tormented right now. They would want the January transfer window to come so they could sign some players, even if they have to sign them on loan with an option to buy in the future. They would have a lot of money, but I've been hearing they can't really spend a lot of money right now. But we'll see. They're struggling. This is a team struggling right now. But look, players to watch for Newcastle, I'm gonna have to go for John Joe Shelby. Scored a very important goal against Liverpool and did work very hard in the midfield. I would have gone for Alain Saint-Maximin, but he's definitely a doubt for this game, coming off injured against Liverpool there. For City, Kevin De Bruyne is getting back to his best after struggling with injury and illness throughout the season. But what we saw against Leeds United, that brace, oh my God. Kevin De Bruyne is getting back to his exquisite best. For Newcastle, Alain Saint-Maximin will be a doubt. Jamal Lewis, a doubt as well, went off against Liverpool. Paul Dummett will be out, and Federico Fernandez, suffering from a thigh injury, wasn't in the squad against Liverpool. And I did take a look at the Newcastle United squad, just go through the team, and I was like, listen, this is one average team. Very average. These players are average players. Very, very average players. Look at them. Look. No wonder they've been struggling. Last season they struggled too, you know. Not because I think they finished about 12 with 42 points or so. They struggled. They're just an average team. I think they spent money in the wrong places. Joe Willock is not, living up to expectations. Longstaff has fallen off. You know what I mean? Joel Linton's big money. He was playing as a defensive midfield in the last game. You know what I mean? Callum Wilson, Eddie Howe bench him the last game. He'll be back. Dwight Gale, he's just there stealing for a living. So most of the players are stealing for a living, man. They need a big revamp. You know what? The owner, they need to just do a keep, sell, loan, buy, something. They need to do an activity and get rid of some of these players because they've been horrible. They've been horrible. For City, Ferran Torres would be out. Cancelo available again. And everyone else in the squad has been reported fit and ready for duty. Look, for Man City, this is one of the reasons why City are so good. Look at the players, midfield and above, right? Let's take Fernandinho and Rodri out of it, right? They're both defensive type players, but Rodri has been playing a box-to-box role a lot lately. Fernandinho chipping with a goal as well. But the key to City's strength is the available players to feature in the top 5, right? There'll be 3 at the top, 2 in the mid, 2 attacking in the midfield. Those players, it's just a wealth of players. Look at this. Look at this. Let's keep Ferran Torres out. He's not fit. But when you have Mahrez, Gabriel Jesus, and Sterling, right? With Cole Palmer, Foden, Bernardo, De Bruyne, Grealish, and Gundogan to choose from. Only five you can pick at any time. Only 5. Pep Guardiola, man, it's easy. It might be a headache, but at the end of the day, it's the headache that you want. Wow. Like this game now, you know what, man? You know what? I'm just going with De Bruyne and Bernardo with this game, and then Foden, Jesus, Sterling. They play the same. The team plays the same way. Doesn't matter who plays. And that's the strength. That's the hallmark of a really good team, a great team. When everyone contributes. You see what I'm saying? When there's no weak link in the team. You look around this team, there's not many weak links. You might look at Zinchenko and think he's a weak link. The man has been putting out some good performances. Nathan Ake has been coming to his own. The team has just been playing at high levels, and it's going to be very difficult for Newcastle to get a result here. But look, did you know? Man City have won 33 Premier League matches in 2021. One more victory would see them set a new top flight record for the most wins in a single calendar year. Newcastle are unbeaten in their last 5 home league matches against reigning top flight champions, winning 2 and drawing 3. They last had a longer such run between October of 1987 and October of 1996. A 6-match run culminating in a famous 5-0 win over Manchester United. Man City have scored in each of their last 25 Premier League matches against Newcastle, last failing to do so in a 0-0 draw in November of 2006. In the competition's history, only Arsenal have had a longer streak against a specific opponent, 26 versus West Bromwich Albion. City have lost just one of their last 13 away league matches at Newcastle, winning 9 and drawing 3. However, they've conceded 7 goals across the last 3 visits to St. James's Park, more than they had in their previous 11 combined. That's not a great stat at all, and that 4-3 win last season and the 2-2 draw and all that definitely contributes towards that. Martin Atkinson will be in charge of the game. Prediction for this match, guys? There's only one result here. There's only one result. The win probability for Man City is about 95% here. Newcastle, as much as I would like to give them some credit and I would like to say they have a chance or whatnot, they still got a chance, but a very slim chance. I don't see with the team how disjointed they have been, with their defense being in shambles. I can't put faith in any of the defenders, whether it's Shaw, whether it's Lascelles, whether it's Kieran Clark or whoever's back there at any given time. They just been horrible. And they're not scoring enough goals either. They will play without the ball for most of the game, and they will depend on counter-attacks. And if they don't have Alon Saint-Maximin on the field, who are you going to depend on? Miguel Almiron? He has not been good. He has had good games, but overall, Miguel Almiron's time at Newcastle has been rather disappointing and subpar. Seriously. The Paraguayan might actually be one of the players that's going to be on the chopping block in the future. I don't know what it is. He got a lot of pace, but that's pretty much it. What we learned from the game against Leeds is that City is going to dominate. They're going to get a lot of opportunities at goal, maybe 30 plus. They might end up getting 80% of the ball and win the game 4-0. I don't see any other result. Pep Guardiola could put out any team. I can't put my mind on what he's going to do because he's very unpredictable. But Kyle Walker should be back. I think João Cancelo should slot in. But then again, Zinchenko's been playing well. Who knows? Pep might play him in midfield. You might see Ake start. Who knows? Who knows what he's going to do? As long as he doesn't do anything crazy. You see what I mean? Like play a couple youngsters and put like Carson in the back. And maybe even if he does that, we might win the game. Yeah. I'm confident. But Man City to win the game 4-0 though. Clean sheet for Edison. City 4, Newcastle United 0. I think if Alon Saint-Maximin misses this game, the chances could be, even slimmer. And I'm predicting a 4-0. I'm just being kind. I'm not going to be that disrespectful to say 7 or 6. 4. Let me know your thoughts. Appreciate it. So for City, who's on top of the league right now, the next game coming up would be against Leicester on Boxing Day. That's going to be a test for sure. Then Brentford, Arsenal coming up on January 1st. For struggling Newcastle in 19th right now, doesn't get easier. After playing Leicester 4-0, Liverpool 3-1, Man City, they might get blown out the park. Then they got United coming up if they are available. It does get easy after that, though. It does. It does. It does. If they are to pull their season back, it's going to happen in January. It's going to happen in January, February. It's going to be hard, but the transfer window may actually be the key to Newcastle's survival. Transfer window. Let me know your thoughts. 4-0. Talk to me. So, what we got? Raz, big up to Raz, 3-0 to City. We got football, CB. Newcastle 1, City 7. Hopefully it doesn't get postponed. So many games postponed already. Yeah, let's see what happened, though. Let's see what happened. City in cruise drive. Newcastle going down. Can't see them getting out of the mud. City fast 9, Foden, Jesus, Sterling, Bernardo, Grealish, KDB. You take your pick. Tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. Legend Sweet, Cancelo back. Big up to Adam. Thanks for coming through and sticking around so long, bro. We'll talk. We'll talk. You know what I mean? Definitely he's a doubt. What else we got in here, man? Guys, make sure you like up the thing. We need 3 more likes to hit 30. Thumbs up. We'll definitely appreciate this. If you're watching the replay right now, big up to you. Thank you very much for tuning in. Guys, we're going to keep it moving. And we're going to finish off the show with the final game. And that one is the big one between Tottenham and... Yeah, Tottenham. They have been a little hot recently. They have. I'm stuttering. But you know why. Spurs. They haven't played the last 4 matches that were scheduled. I think. They're 3 games behind and a Europa Conference League game behind. So this means that they're very rusty. Coming up against a well-oiled Liverpool team. This one is going to be an interesting one. So Tottenham, as I mentioned, they missed the last 3 games. But the last game was a 3-0 win against Norwich under Antonio Conte, their new boss. For Liverpool, who has been red hot, flaming, pepper sauce hot, jalapeno hot, picked up a 3-1 win over Newcastle United. But what happened the last time these two teams met, you may ask? Liverpool did the double over Spurs last season, a 3-1 win at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and a 2-1 win at Anfield, and have done the same across the last 2 seasons. 3. Spurs, with only a solitary win in the last 10 against Liverpool, dating back to 2017. All-time Premier League results, 58 games, 29 wins for Liverpool, 14 wins for Spurs, 15 matches ending in a draw here. Spurs would want a result like that. A draw sounds good for Spurs. But it's going to be very difficult to topple the Reds. Look, it's naturally, as a City fan, I would like for that to happen, to be completely honest. You know, I would love it. Actually, I would definitely love it. But it's going to be tough. Just want to put it out there. I'm just being real, man. Can I be real? Can I be real? Can I be real? But I may say that, but I usually predict Liverpool to win their games because they've been good. They've been good. Jurgen Klopp versus Antonio Conte. This will be the 5th ever meeting, with Klopp only ever winning once, drawing twice, and losing a solitary game against Conte. And Conte got the same record. 1 win, 2 draws, and a loss. Same record against Liverpool. But Klopp against Tottenham, very good record. He has only ever lost once to Tottenham, and that was the game in 2017 that I mentioned. 9 wins, 4 draws. Great record against Spurs. Spurs' home record against Liverpool, not that bad. 12 wins, 10 losses, and 7 draws. Players to watch here. Mohamed Salah, 15 goals, 9 assists. That's absolutely brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. By the Egyptian. Liverpool fans have labeled him the best player in the world. Maybe not France football. Maybe not FIFA. But Salah is actually proving that if he's not the best, he's one of the best. He has been good. He has really been good. Every game he's been popping up with the goods. And that's what you need. But always remember, guys, one great individual performance during the season does not win you a title. Remember Salah's first season at Liverpool. 33 goals, if I'm not mistaken. Liverpool came in 4th. So other players around Salah need to take example. And they have. To be fair, they have. Jota, Mane, they have. They really have. So they need to continue with that consistency. For Tottenham, Harry Kane, for the wrong reasons. 1 goal, 1 assist all season is unacceptable for a player of his stature. And look, did the failed transfer to Man City affect him? As much as he might say no, I think it did. It really did. And he has to brush that off really fast and get back to the old Harry Kane if Tottenham are to actually get a Champions League spot. And talking about Champions League, Liverpool did defeat Spurs in a Champions League final recently too. So they just have the psychological edge over Spurs coming into this game big time. But let's see if Harry Kane could get back to his old self. He has not been Harry Kane. He's actually been a breeze, a little gust. He actually needs a bit more gusto, though, if you understand the wordplay. So for Tottenham, they have had a COVID outbreak at the camp recently. So who knows who's going to be available and unavailable. I really can't put my money on that one. But what I know is Giovanni Lo Celso and Reguilon could feature in this game after suffering from recent injuries. But Sergio Romero will be out injured until next year. That one we do know of. For Liverpool, Virgil van Dijk, Fabinho, and Curtis Jones all tested positive for coronavirus the last game, I think. There's been some, confusion over that, but they did miss the game and are isolating and could miss this game. But what Liverpool told us in the last game, no Van Dijk, no Fabinho, no problem, right? So let's see if they could actually keep that going. Harvey Elliott remains out injured, Adrian as well, and Divock Origi did miss the last game, wasn't on the bench. So, for insights, did you know? Liverpool have won their last 3 away league matches at Tottenham Hotspur since a 4-1 loss at Wembley Stadium in October of 2017. Since the Reds' longest ever, it's the Reds' longest ever winning run at Spurs in their league history. Pardon me for the lack of the ability to read there, though. It goes and comes. Roberto Firmino has scored 5 goals in his last 6 Premier League appearances against Spurs, and he is definitely fit again, with 3 of these strikes ended up being the winning goal of the match. Spurs boss Antonio Conte's 4 Premier League meetings with Liverpool has seen him win once, draw twice, and lose once. The Italians' first ever defeat in the competition was a home match against Liverpool with his Chelsea side losing 2-1 at Stamford Bridge in September of 2016. Did go on to win the title still that season, though. None of Spurs' last 18 home league matches have finished level. 12 wins and 6 losses. Not a bad home league record, though, if you ask me. Including their current run, they've had 3 streaks of 3 consecutive wins in that time, last winning 4 on the trot in June and July of 2020. Paul Tierney will be the referee in charge of this game. So, what's my prediction for this one? Look, Tottenham are going to be rusty. Liverpool have been playing a lot of games, Champions League, high levels, Premier League, very high levels. And for Spurs, they struggled a bit under Nuno, and then with the transition under Antonio Conte, they've been really had an indifferent season in the Conference League, and even in the cup, they weren't convincing. I think they're still in the cup. The last time I checked, I think they're still in the cup, and I think they're still in the cup. Yeah, they played West Ham in the quarterfinal of the EFL Cup there. They're still in the cup. But Conte has brought semblance to their team. But I think that momentum, that little form, has been disrupted by the COVID outbreak. And to miss so many training sessions with the team, to miss so many games, and the first game back is against Liverpool, that one is a rough one. And Liverpool recently became the first team to score 2,000 Premier League goals as well. So congrats to the Reds. I didn't mention that in my last review. So congrats to Liverpool there as well. You can't mention everything. Definitely can't mention everything though, right? Gotta miss a few things. And Liverpool also beat their previous record where they scored in 32 consecutive games. So good stuff. Good stuff by the Reds there as well. Look, it's definitely hard to see any other result but a Liverpool win. This could be Antonio Conte's first loss in the Premier League in charge of Spurs. For them to get anything, they would actually have to command things in the game. And against a team like Liverpool, that's very hard. That is very hard. That is very hard. You take the game to Liverpool, it could be to your detriment as well. The only thing I could see Spurs doing is being compact, trying to win the ball back, transition, through balls to Son, Kane, Lucas Moura, Bergwijn maybe off the bench. And I don't see any of that happening. I don't. And even with Van Dijk missing, you got to give praises to Konate for stepping up. But the thing is now the workload. It's the workload that has to be managed. Is Klopp going to actually give Joe Gomez a run out? You see what I'm saying? Because you play Konate and Matip in back-to-back games. You know Matip is very injury prone, right? A player could pick up a niggle. There could be rotation, or maybe they won't. The midfield is also another concern where Thiago has been playing well this season, but in the last game, very poor. There could be a change there. Oxlade-Chamberlain may come in. But with Firmino back in the team, Jota playing well, Mane playing well, Salah playing well, I don't see Spurs winning this game. Alisson's playing well in goal. I don't see Spurs winning this game. I really don't. I don't see where their goals are going to come from, to be honest. Really don't. It's going to be a good battle. If Reguilon does play, it's going to be a good battle between Reguilon and Trent Alexander-Arnold, or Reguilon and Salah. And over on the other side, Emerson versus Mane, or Emerson against Andy Robertson. It's going to be a good clash. I hope it is. Don't waste my time, please. But I'm going for Liverpool to win the game 3-1. I don't see any other result. As a City fan, I would love for Spurs to get something. Ha 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 ha. But I don't see it. I don't see it. 3-1 to the Reds. 3-1 to the Reds. 3-1. Let me know your prediction in the chat. We'll definitely appreciate that. So for Spurs who are not doing too bad in the league right now. Not at all. They're 7th with 3 games in hand, which means they could jump all the way up to 4th if they keep winning. Get closer to Chelsea, right? The next game will be against West Ham, a London derby in the EFL Cup quarterfinal. That's 3 days after the Liverpool game. Then they do have another London derby against Crystal Palace. Then they got Southampton. Then a London derby against Watford again. So not bad fixtures coming up after the Liverpool game at all, if you ask me. So for the Reds, who do they have? They're in second place. The next game is against Tottenham, of course, in the league. But then they have Leicester in the cup. And Leeds United, a struggling Leeds, and then Leicester again to round off the new year. And Liverpool fans right now will be hoping that a tournament by the name of the African Cup of Nations, does not happen. They will be hoping that that doesn't happen. And Klopp came out and said that it doesn't make sense to actually postpone the league or take a break. Klopp knows exactly why he's saying that, because if they do take a break, it means that January will be piled up, and if the AFCON goes ahead, Salah and Mane is going to miss more games in January and February. That's what it means. That is exactly what it means. So that's my thoughts on that game. That's the 5 fixtures previewed. 5 would be postponed, and if we had those 5 fixtures, I would have taken my time and gone through all of them and taken two and a half or even 3 hours to do it, because that's what we do over here on Dominic Rich FC in terms of the preview and the roundups. We're not in a rush. Take our time and do things around here. So what are you guys saying right now? We got Phil Jones saying there are positives. Kane drop off form. At least you can get 50 mil for Kane in the summer. Ha. Funny. Jamal Warren, Dom, you mean 2,000 wins. First team to do it in the top flight EFL. No, I'm talking about the goals, man. I'm talking about the goals. The goals. I think it's the goals. Yeah, it's the wins. You're right. I stand corrected. 2,000 wins, not the goals. 2,000 wins. They did score. They did have a goal scoring record. So they did have a goal scoring record recently too, and I think they scored 5,000 goals or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. You know, I think that happened in the Aston Villa game, if I'm not mistaken. You know, and I can't remember, but they did have a goal scoring record recently, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, thanks for the correction there, though. Definitely appreciate that. And I can't be stubborn and be like, no, I mean goals. Nah, it's definitely wins, though. So at least you're listening. Though. So yeah, appreciate that. So Legan Sweet 3-1 to Liverpool. Botang Cheng. It will not happen in Drew. We got this. We beat them in comparison. Okay. What are you talking about, bro? The only bright side for Spurs is that most of their wins in the fixture are at home. That being said, 2-0 to Liverpool. Phil Jones, 5-0 to Liverpool. What we got here? Newcastle may surprise. Oh, my God. Lord of mercy. Bro, stop hating, bro. Spurs didn't play or train for 2 weeks. They're not match fit. Yeah, we didn't mention that. They're definitely rusty football, CB. Spurs 0, Liverpool 4. Spurs rusty, Liverpool on fire. They are only one way this game is going. Do agree with you there. Do agree. Botang Cheng 3-0 to Liverpool. Thank you there for your prediction. What we got? But big up to everybody, man. Big up to everybody in here who came out for the live stream. We didn't get a big turnout tonight, but it's okay. We got to still show up. Definitely got to show up, you know. It's half the game, so pretty much, you know, half the turnout. Plus, it's late as well, you know what I mean? So, appreciate y'all, man. Y'all are the best. Definitely appreciate it. Guys, have you liked the video? Make sure you smash the thumbs up button for the stream. We do have 33 thumbs up. Let's make that closer to 40. So, if you haven't yet liked it, make sure you do so. So what I could do right now, guys, I could have a little quick fire Q&A. So if you have any questions to ask me, please do so. Or forever hold your peace. Do so. I do have a PlayStation to go and hook up, you know, so I'm excited about that. Guys, What questions do you have for your boy? Talk to me. Talk to me, baby. All right, if you don't have any questions, then I'm going to be heading out of here. 1 hour, 40 minutes, not bad for 5 games, you know what I mean? So, look, I'm out, man. Guys, appreciate the love, appreciate the continued support. Like the video if you haven't yet liked it. If you're watching the replay right now, thank you very much. Appreciate it 100%. Everyone who contributed to the live stream, corrected my mistakes, everything, give predictions. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Dominic, what do you think of the draw? Which draw? What draw? I don't know what you're talking about. Champions League draw? I talked about it. I can't believe you're asking me about this. I've made videos about that already. Madrid to win in Europe and El Clasico Super Cup. What are you talking about as well, Aaron? What are you talking about? Also, I'd like to say big thanks to all the members of the channel. And if there's anybody in here who are not members and you have considered to be a member of the channel, hit that join button, become a member. It helps to support the thing, man. You know what I mean? So if you appreciate the content, consider becoming a member of the channel. So, guys, thanks again for tuning in. From your boy Dom. Talk to you again. If not tomorrow, on Sunday when I do the roundup. Okay? So, until next time, I hope you're having a great holiday season. Peace out. Rich Squad. Peace.